Hello, welcome down onto your mat with me today. My name's Melanie. If we haven't met before, we are going through a mat Pilates class. It should be about 30 minutes, easy to fit into a lunch break or start the day, even a little bit of a wind down at night time. So all you're going to need today is a mat, some space around your mat, and we will get started in a kneeling position. So you can come down and sit down onto your heels if you like. Just want you to work on your right arm to start off with. So I just like holding on to the shoulder capsule. I'm just drawing little circles here in a forward motion. Good, nice big round circles, tracing a circle with your elbow. Let's go in the other direction. Just a nice deep steady breathing. You can lengthen the inhale and lengthen the exhale. Good. Let's do the other side now. Hopefully that's a little bit warmer. Let's start in that forward motion, tracing in big circles with the elbows. Change direction, backwards motion now. See if you can open up through the chest, and as you circle up, can we get length through that tricep? Excellent. Try to relax that shoulder blades down and back. A little bit of pressure with that hand to encourage it down. 2 more big circles. Amazing how easy it is just to warm up those shoulders and get things moving. Beautiful. We're going to come down into a 4-point kneeling position next. So just spread the fingertips nice and wide and your wrists are underneath your shoulders, and then look through down towards your knees, and they should be hip distance apart, stacked underneath the hips. Nicely done. From here, what I want you to do is extend your right arm above your head, stabilize through the left wrist and the right hip. Can we extend our left leg out nice and long for me? So reach the fingertips and the toes away from each other as much as you can. Draw up through the belly button here. Keep the chin tucked in so the back of the neck is nice and long, so our whole spine is lengthening. Now we're going to curl the spine. So can you curl the elbow and the knee together? So really press up through your arm, press up out of your hip, make connection if you can, and then shoot them back out away from each other. Curl and reach. Nice. Curl and reach. 3 more here. Inhale, exhale. As we exhale, draw that belly button up. Last one. Exhale. Good. Tap the hand and the foot down, lift back up. Tap and lift. Small range of motion, but we're still finding length. I want you now really to squeeze into that left glute. Excellent. Thumb up towards the ceiling. Draw the shoulder blade in and down. Keep tucking that chin. Lift up through the belly button. Tap for 2 and tap for 1. Good. Place the knee and the hand back down onto the mat. Other side. Lift the left arm up first. Can we slide that right leg out long? Good. Find length first. Set up. Belly button in. Chin tucked in. Now we curl that spine. Elbow to knee. And lengthen. Good. Curl. And reach. Inhale, breath. Exhale, breath. We draw that belly button in on the exhale. Good. Ribs to hips on the inhale. Exhale, belly button. Good. 2 more. Curl. Reach. Squeeze into that right glute for me. Hold that reach. Can we tap the toe and the hand down? And we lift back up. Thumb towards the ceiling. We tap and reach. Nice and strong through our stabilizing knee and shoulder. Good. Tap for 3. Tap for 2. Last one. Tap and lift and slide back down onto the mat. Good job. Give those shoulders a nice big roll now in a backwards motion. Excellent. Hopefully feeling nice and warm. We're going to come back down into a 4-point kneeling position. This time I want your left forearm to be down onto the mat, your right hand nice and light onto the mat, just using that as a little bit of a stabilizer. What I'm going to get you to do is see if you can twist a little bit and open up towards the right side. We're going to lift our right leg up nice and long. Can we then rotate our hips open towards the right as much as you can? So most of my weight now is going to be in this forearm and in this knee, okay? So we're lifting up and away from the mat and I'm rotating open as much as I can. Good. Other hand is there just as a little bit of support. What I want you to do is curl that knee in towards the elbow and then exhale, kick it out nice and long. Can we tap the toe down? Lift back up. Back to your curl, reach, tap, and lift. Good, we continue like that. One of each. Reach the toe towards the side of the room that you're in. Curl, reach, and tap. Excellent. Hopefully really feeling the other glute stabilizing, especially as we move a little bit as to bring that knee in. We're really asking this hip here to stabilize nicely. So make sure that we're still having our knee underneath our hip. So move it out just a little bit if you need to. Can you keep lifting your rib cage up and away from the mat? Nicely done. Let's do 3 more. Excellent. 2 more. Lucky last one. Curl, tap, lift, and curl that leg in. Good. Let's change over straight to the other side, okay? Right forearm down onto the mat. Make sure that right knee is underneath the hip. Then we start to open up through the chest a little bit towards the left. From here, I can then reach my left leg and open up through my hips. Good. My left hand is just here to stabilize. I'm lifting up and away as much as I can here. So I'm going to do knee to elbow, extend, tap, and lift. Knee to elbow, perfect, tap, and lift. Stabilizing now through that right hip. Can feel it kick in straight away after the work we did on the other side. Good. Move with purpose and intention. We're really reaching through those toes, finishing off each movement. Engaging through that glute. Engaging through the side of the waist. Lift the ribs up and away from the mat. Excellent. 3 more of each, okay? We lift. Let's curl and extend. Lower lift for 2. Last one. Curl, lower and lift. And then draw that knee back in. Nicely done. Really, really good. Let's come straight onto our back. We'll hug both knees in. Trace some little circles. Hopefully our hips are feeling nice and warm. Do a couple each way. Excellent. Give them a nice big hug through the center. Try lengthen through that last little bit of the lower back, through the tailbone, and slowly release. Feet onto the mat, hip distance apart, and our hands are going to go up towards the ceiling for this one. Nice. Draw the shoulder blades down and back. Relax them down onto the mat. From here, I want you to inhale. Draw the big breath that you can, and then exhale, scoop that belly in, slide the ribs in and down towards you, okay? Inhale, nice big breath. Exhale, draw the ribs in. Good. That rib action is what I want when we do our pelvic curls now. So take a nice big inhale breath to prepare. On the exhale breath, your ribs come in, your tailbone tucks under. We squeeze the glutes and we lift our hips up towards the ceiling. As our arms go overhead, we just open up here through the shoulders. As you exhale, lift the arms back up towards the ceiling. And your next inhale breath, we roll that spine back down. We go again. We exhale, tuck, peel, lift. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, sweep the arms. Inhale to lower all the way back down. Good. That's how quick you move, just as quick as you can do your inhale and exhale breath. So nice and slowly is the aim. Really try to articulate through our spine there. Especially on the way back down, imagine placing one vertebrae at a time, like it's a row of pearls. Tailbone's the last thing to tap back down. Exhale, we squeeze and I lift. Inhale, find some space in those shoulders. Exhale, draw back up towards the ceiling and rolling back down on your inhale breath. Good, we have 2 more here. Lift up, push those knees out over those toes. Good, lucky last one. Hold those hips up nice and high. Inhale, take the hands overhead. Exhale, reach them up towards the ceiling. Good. From here, you can place your hands onto your hips if you need to hold that tailbone and tuck it under. Really squeeze through your glutes so you're in control of making sure they stay on. I want you to open up through the knees. So we're really using the side of the hips here and then close. Open and close. Good. Can we keep a nice straight line, keeping those ribs tucked in towards the hip bones, and our hips are up nice and high in line with our knees. So if we drop down, we've sort of got this little bit of a dip. Can we keep it in a nice straight line? Tuck the tailbone under, really help engage the glutes and take it out of our lower back. Ribs stay in and down. Open, close, open, close. As you open, if you feel like you're opening too much, that you feel like your hips drop, just close it in just a little bit. We just want a little bit of engagement through the glutes. Even find if you have a really small range of motion, just bring your knees a little bit closer together. That way when you open, you feel like you're moving a little bit more and we're getting as much range as you can. Lost count on us. Let's go for 3, for 2, for 1. Slowly roll back down like you have been. Really good. Roll those hips from side to side. Relax through the abdominals, relax through our hips. Got a little bit of ab work here. We'll give our glutes a little bit of a break. We'll go into tabletop preparation first, just so we can prepare our body. So we're going to inhale, lift one leg to tabletop. Draw the belly button in on your exhale breath. Float the other leg up to tabletop position. Good. Can we lower the first leg back down? And then the second leg follows. Start with that second leg now. Inhale, lift to tabletop. Exhale, draw that belly button in. You're really locking that spine into place so you can float that other leg up into tabletop position, and our lower back is not helping us out at all. Let's do 2 more. So alternating your legs. So first leg lifts. Belly button goes in. Second leg lifts. Lower the first leg, lower the second leg. Holding on this one, lift the second leg, belly button in, lift the first leg. Good, holding here now. Excellent, hands behind the back of the head. I'm gonna get you to exhale, curl up, extend one leg out, back to tabletop, extend the other leg out, back to tabletop, lower out of the ab curl. Exhale, curl up again. Extend, extend, and relax. We're going to exhale as we curl up, inhale as we lower. Your next exhale breath, you curl. Good. Can we maintain that belly button drawing in? Can we keep the knees above the hips as much as we can? When you curl up, you should be looking towards those knees or those toes. Keep the chin really tucked. Excellent. 2 more. Exhale, curl. Extend, extend. Inhale, lower. Good. Last one. Exhale. Extend, extend, and lower. Good. Place the feet back down one at a time. Quick little break here. Legs go from side to side. Alrighty, legs are going to be straight up towards the ceiling this time. I do the same way though. I lift one leg, I draw my belly button in, and I lift the other leg up. If you can keep your legs straight, that's amazing. You can keep a soft bend into the knees. We want to find a little bit of length through our hamstrings. Hands start behind the back of the head. We exhale, we curl up, and I want you to reach your hand over to the other side, the opposite knee. So my right hand reaching over towards my left knee, and my other elbow's out nice and wide. It's almost like it's going to be touching down onto the ground. Inhale, we lower back down. Other side, curl up, left hand, right knee, and lower. Good, exhale, curl, and lower. Nicely done. Can we extend those legs maybe? Good, really squeeze through our quads. If we hold our knees nice and straight, you'll just find some length through those hamstrings. Think about using your quads more so. My hamstrings are not flexible, trust me, so I'm really engaging through my legs to hold them up nice and straight, or as straight as I can. Let's curl for 5, for 4, good, squeeze those legs together. We've got 2, last one, and relax down, hug those knees in towards your chest. Let's trace those little circles, couple in each direction. Alright, let's come over onto our left hip for me, please. We will be doing both sides, so if you can keep track if you're on your right hip, just remember what side you start on. Otherwise, let's come over onto our left hip, everyone. We're going to start off by lengthening through both sides of our waist. Good. From here, I want you to go into a clam position. So we squeeze our ankles together, we lift that knee up, and I like to hold the first one just to make sure I'm in a nice position and I'm using the right muscles. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Good. Lift, lower. Draw my belly button in, and I really try to lengthen through both sides of my waist here. Holding my hips nice and still, as if they're in a vice and they're not moving from this position. Good. Last 2. Open, close, and hold open. Good. From here, what I want you to do is extend the leg out nice and long. We're going into rainbows. So flex the foot for me, and I want you to lower the foot down in front of you. Lift it back up, and can you sweep it back behind you just a little bit? Good. Come forward. Can you lift it up and behind you just a little bit? Good. Forward. Tap onto the ground if you have it, otherwise you don't have to. We're just tracing that rainbow shape. Forward and backwards. Forwards, backwards. Nice. That bottom leg might be moving around, but that's okay. It's there to stabilize us. Good. You probably get a little bit more confident going behind. Think about sending your toes up towards the ceiling and your heel down. So it might feel like you can come obviously more forward than you can back. That's about getting a little bit lower than hip height. So we come down, we lift back up, and we come forward. Let's go for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Return that leg back to the starting position. You can hook your ankle in front of the knee and find a little bit of height in the stretch for your glutes. Let the arch of the foot lift. Try to relax as much as you can through the hip. Get a little bit of movement and stretch through there. Alrighty, we are going to come up to a kneeling position now before we go on to the other side. So, a high kneeling position. We're going to go into a little bit of a hinge combination. So, what that's going to look like is our arms are going to be forward for me. I'm going to get you to squeeze your glutes and hold yourself up nice and tall. We're going to keep our ribs tucked in. Use a little bit of our abdominals here. We're going to really squeeze the glutes. Find some length in the quads and start to fold yourself back in this hinge position. Keep the ribs and the hips tight as you come back up. Inhale to hinge. Exhale to lift. If you like, I like having my feet flat so I can really press the tops of my feet into the mat. Just makes me feel a lot more supported. I feel like I can really lean back, get a nice length through my quads, and reach the hands forward. They are like your counterbalance. Keep your chin tucked in, just think really tall. We'll do 2 more here, just so we can get used to the movement. Last one. Excellent. From here, what I want you to do is fold the elbows in as you fold the hips back. Reach the hands forward as you reach the hips forward, okay? So let's fold and lift. Fold and lift. Good. 3 more. 2. Last one. And now we combine the 2 together. So I've got 1 hinge and then 1 hinge this way. Good. Length and a little squat. Both times we think about hinging backwards. Hips come back, we're just folding. And this one we're hinging back more from the knees, all right? So hips and then knees. Can we flip the palms as we do it? Make it pretty. Palms face down for our hinge. Palms face up. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. We've got it. Gonna be feeling the quads in this one. Hinge. Hips back. Hips forward. Nicely done. Hips back. 2 more combinations, all right? Let's reach up nice and tall. Hinge. Little squat. Last one, palms down. Inhale breath. Exhale breath. Flip the palms, hips back, hips forward. Well done. Very, very well done. Let's roll on to our other hip. So for me, that's the right. Roll onto the opposite hip you did before. Start off in our clam position, resting down. Head can be on bicep or up into the hand. It's totally up to you. Start off finding length through both sides of the waist first. Squeeze those ankles together. Hold that first clam position. Are you using your glute? Is your belly button drawing in? And can you find length through the bottom side of the waist? We close and we open. Nice. Close and open. Can we keep those hips nice and still? Remember that vice. Holding them nice and still. Holding them clamped together in line. Lift and lower. Squeeze the ankles together as much as you can. You might even want to flex through the foot. Open and close. Nice. Imagine that hip bone just rolling open. Using your hip flexors. Using your nice big strong glute muscle at the back. 2 more. Open, close, open and hold. This is when we extend the leg out nice and long. Flex the foot. Can we rainbow it forward? Dive bomb those toes down. Then lift the toes and dive bomb the heel behind you. Dive bomb forward, up and over, go behind. Beautiful. Try relax through the bottom foot and the bottom leg as much as you can. It's gonna want to wobble around and that's its job, okay? It's wanting to stabilize as we move our leg forwards and backwards. I just want you to focus on finding length through both sides of the waist, especially the top leg. Think about reaching the foot away from the body. Good. Use your other hand in front, stabilize. Doing so well. Find your rainbow variation, whatever yours looks like. Getting nice internal and external rotation at the hip. Good. Think about lifting the toes up and the heel down on the way back. And then dive bomb those toes forward. If you can tap the ground, that's beautiful. Forwards and backwards. Can we go for 5? For 4. Good. 3. 2. Last one, we've got this. Forward and down, up and back, And fold that leg back into that starting position. Hook the ankle in front of the knee. Relax through the hip first. Then can you push that leg up and over. Nice deep breaths. Excellent. Let's come back over into our 4-point kneeling position. We're nearly done for today. We have got some tricep work and then we're going to finish off with a little bit more core, okay? So we're going to spread our fingertips nice and wide. Like we did at the start, our wrists are underneath our shoulders. I like to tuck my toes for this one. My knees are still hip distance apart. Tricep circles here. So what we do is I draw my belly button in. I start to shift my weight back over my heels. Lower my elbows down towards the mat. They're not resting down yet, they're just hovering. So we're engaging through the back of the arms here. I dive on my nose forward. All the weight is over my wrists now. And I press straight back up using the back of my arms. So you should be back in your starting position. Shift the weight back first. This is when we load up the back of the arms. Dive bomb forward. It's like we're tracing a nice big circle with our nose, okay? Dive forward and lift up. When you come back and down, think about squeezing the shoulder blades together. Hold that tension in the shoulder blades and press back up. Try as much as you can to engage through the core, but a little arch in the lower back is fine. We've got the support of the knees there. When you lift back up, that's when I really want you on the exhale breath to draw the belly button in, okay? So on the way back, you've got it in. On the way down, we think more about shoulder blades, finding that dive bomb. Exhale, belly button in, press up nice and tall. So lift your chest and your belly as far away from the mat as you can. Nice, we've got a little bit of a cat-cow motion with the spine, a little bit of rounding as I go back, a little bit of an extension as I come forward and back up to a neutral position, okay? Rounding, diving, and neutral. Good, really press through the palms, spread the fingertips nice and wide, good way to protect the wrists. We're keeping that narrow stance, so we're not making sure our arms are out wide, we're keeping them underneath the shoulders so we can really target our triceps here. Keep the elbows nice and close to the body. 3 more circles. Excellent, 2 more. Let's take it back. Dive bomb forward, exhale, press. Lucky last one for good luck. Exhale, press. Whew. Nicely done. Going into a plank position, we're just going to do a hold. So if you want to be on your hands, go for it. If you want to be on your elbows, go for it. We all start off on our toes. So step 1 foot back, engage through that leg. So really lengthen through the leg, tuck the tailbone under, and then lift the other leg. Option to stay here or drop the knees where you are. You should be in the perfect position from here, okay? Start onto your toes if you can, otherwise drop down onto your knees when you need to. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Press your chest up and away, so no sinking in through the chest. We're not bringing our shoulder blades together, we're pulling them apart as much as you can. From here, what I want you to do is we all try to, I suppose, just engage through the core and tense. I want you to think about rounding through the lower part of your back. So tuck your tailbone under and draw your ribs and your hips together. So you've got this rounding action. We want to keep the tension mostly in the front of the body. So that rounding, we do want to squeeze the glutes. We want to be lifting up through the quads, and we're really using our arms here. We want it definitely to be more of an ab exercise. So take your legs a little bit wider if you feel like you're a little bit unstable. And if you ever start to feel it in your lower back, just want you to lower your knees down, tuck your tailbone under even more, draw your ribs in, and if you want to come back up onto your toes and you feel it more in your abs, do so. Otherwise, you're just going to drop onto your knees. We're feeling it in our core, okay? Looks the same as if we're on our hands. We are constantly lifting our chest up and away. Good. Can we hold for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relaxing down. Nicely done. Let's come into a little bit of a cobra stretch. So you want to bring your hands out in front of you, tuck your chin in, squeeze your glutes, lifting up. Option to lift the head once you're there. Otherwise, just keep that chin tucked in. Relax the shoulder blades down and back. Press up and away. Slowly lower that chest and let's come back into a child's pose. So knees out nice and wide. Feet are together. Tuck the tailbone under, start to round through the spine and reach forward. You can rock from side to side. Aiming to get the elbow onto the ground. Rocking. Really good after those tricep circles. Awesome stuff. Coming up, let's do a deep hip flexor stretch. So what I want you to do is tuck the tailbone under first. Push the hips forward just a little bit and reach the opposite arm. So opposite arm to the leg in front, up towards the ceiling. Try find as much length through the front of the body as you can. You might want to reach over that knee as well. Good, holding for 3, 2, 1, and we'll switch sides. Tuck the tailbone, push the hips forward, lifting that opposite arm to the front knee. Find length through the side of the body by reaching over if you like. And slowly relaxing back down. Beautiful job today, everyone. I feel like I did a little bit of Bikram Pilates. I'm sweating lots. My room must be quite warm. So I hope you really enjoyed that. You got the blood pumping and you're feeling nice and warm, a little bit warm in bar to enjoy the rest of your day or to wind down. I look forward to seeing you on your mat next time.